Hi everyone. This time round, I'm going to open up some of these old projects, earlier versions of the final collaboration that me and Jenna worked on, and just show how it started from a very thin outline of a composition and ended up being the final product. So the first thing that we did is we met up over a Zoom call and we talked about our ideas. Basically, there was a few ideas early on, but it was going to revolve around guitars. We were both guitar players and electronics. I opened up a project and just started jamming some ideas, trying to think of something that might work. And I just laid down a few chords over a click track. It's quite sparse. Click through it. Just a bit of movement. Some odd meters here and there. Bit of improv going on there. But basically, I got so far and then decided that I wasn't going to continue with this. It didn't really feel like the right thing. It didn't feel close enough to the concept that we discussed. So I moved on to something different. So this was my next attempt. I went for a electric counterpoint style idea with the guitar, where I would have lots of short fragments that would loop and they would build up on top of each other and they would form this nice counterpoint. And I thought with shorter fragments, there was more room to play with it. Jenna could deconstruct it further. The only thing that carried over from the last attempt is the chords that are at the very beginning are now in the synths at the start, this kind of synth passage. There's a few lead guitar bits. For the layers here, I decided I would do them all in the same guitar tone because I wanted it to sound like somebody was using a looper pedal, like they were going mad with a looper pedal and just adding lots and lots of layers and forming this great big sound. I thought that would have some nice parallels to the current situation where a lot of people are having to accompany themselves musically with using technology because they can't get out to band practices. So I'll play a few bits. The Zoom recording, I'm recording this video through Zoom. Doesn't sound great, but what I'm going to do is I'm going to share the entire full tracks via my SoundCloud page, so you can check them out if you want to. Obligatory guitar solo. Again, the piece probably didn't need it, but I thought if I put in lots of ideas, it's more to play with. So that goes on and then goes into the next section here. So as you hear it, it does sound like somebody's using a looper pedal. It's all these layers that are building up on top of each other, and instead of I'll just skip through. You hear that top line, which is quite prominent through the final version. A bit of movement there, but it's still quite sparse. And then it kind of picks up a bit when the cello comes in. Adds a bit of harmony to it, and then it breaks down again in the middle. Kind of idea when you can't turn off a looper, when you're desperately trying to get it to shut up and it just won't. And then it reprises for the intro, more guitar playing there. Again, lots of guitar parts, but just there really for texture more so than anything else. So I bounced that down about 5 minutes long or so, sent that over to Jenna, who took a listen, added some of her ideas into it, added a beat, added an organ sample as well, some accompaniment to it, and deconstructed it. And then that leads us to the next draft.